where the alumni can be more involved, in the university itself. So if we can find a way, I'm not saying that it's a must, but if we can find a way within these activities where we can set up, these avenues for people to actually engage in different departments. That's one of my own suggestions. Yeah.
Well, thank you for your suggestions. Drowaye, Dr. Wale,
Yes.
are you there?
I'm here. I'm here.
Are we done with the inputs? Are we all settled with the inputs?
We are not
Hello?
done. People are still
We are not done. No, people are still want to
I can't see any more hands up.
Okay,
these are new hands. BJ is awake finally. Dr. Adefolalu. Dr. Adefolalu.
Thank you, Chairperson.
Unmute yourself, please.
Yeah. I was going to say that our discussion, I think we're just saying it, probably one of the co-chairs need to put them together and then see if we are, getting somewhere in terms of what we want to add to what Wale has proposed. But from my side, I think I'm just going to add to what Moyo has just said. Initially, I said we should plan a teamed event. Usually, this is how you do this kind of a thing. So you have a teamed event and you have core activity. So the community engagement, we don't have to go to Ojagboro or Center. We don't have to go to based on the situation in the country. But when you engage with medical students in terms of career advice, that's part of community engagement. When you talk to the university and see what you can do, probably in terms of the infrastructure there, it's part of the engagement. So as I said, this thing, we can put it in the way we want, but it's important for us to put them under all those core activities. Now, we're talking about lecture, maybe quizzes and all those ones. Those are the academic aspect of it. The community engagement can take the shape of the university or probably the medical school or even the medical student, just like Moyo has said. And then the fun aspect of it, the meet and greet. So the meet and greet, we can start anytime, but the meet and greet is very important. So we need to create opportunity for people to meet others outside of the class of 2000, whatever. So there should be opportunity for us to, at least interact with people and see how we can give back. Because if we go to Unilorin for this reunion, probably you spend 3 days or a week, but the relationship to be beyond that. So I think you are following what I'm saying. So I think let's just put our thought together so that we can see how we have progressed. Thank you. Over.
Thank you, Dr. Adefolalu. Dr. Bolaji, BJ, you are awake again. Can you unmute yourself?
Thank you, Aisha. So I think Goke practically stole that point from me. And he actually say what I want to say, but I want to take it further. You see, when we're in med school, nobody came to advise us about career path. So we can do what I can call career clinic. Like the oncologists amongst ourselves form, say, group A, the cardiologists for group B, and let this be known to the students. Then whatever they are thinking, they can get more insight into what they would like to become. And we can just set up that clinic and have pockets of clinics like that. You can walk in, you can even walk in through the clinic if you don't have something in mind yet, And again, remember, you can make a lot of good things as in living outside clinical work. And we have people in that aspect too. So you can walk around and you will start making informed decision. Some of us are where we are by accident because we were not guided. So if this is what will guide these guys, I think that would be a great deal to me. Then the second point, Trix, I took your advice, the security. The security in Ilorin, the security in Nigeria is really bad actually. But for whatever reason, Ilorin has been very calm over the time. I mean, Kwara State generally, it's been very calm. So not like we let our guide loose. Once we set out money, just like Trick said, very important, to the security operative, the police, what's the name of these guys now? The civil defense. You know, not that they follow us, but they have intels. And they will have intels and even plain clothes amongst them that will be around where we are. And I mean, but this security in Ilorin is not bad. In Kwara is not bad. So that you don't get people scared away. It's not bad. It's not as you typically see on the media. I can tell you that I'm on ground. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Tricks, unmute yourself.
Okay, so there's something I want, that's why I raised my hand again. There's something I wanted to throw out here so that we can actually start thinking of it as part of planning our things. So all this great idea, I like the career clinic idea, is even more important than going to the community and giving something. Some of it can be done pre-conference, pre-reunion through, webinars, Zoom thing, if there are people that want, like say the oncologists want to discuss this, there can be a schedule where it is convenient for the person and the students, but for oncologists, it's most likely going to be more of residents, not just students. In terms of part of career and other advances in the field, the students are also important. Then the other thing is like, I don't know what my schedule is, but if I made it to Ilorin, honestly, I would like, if I have an opportunity to go to the Emirate, I would like to go because it's part of tourism. You get good pictures. They have nice architecture. That's true. We have to, because you never have that time again. We have to, enjoy our time there. And that's what the main thing I'm putting in here is that some of these things can be done pre-conference through Zoom or something. And then another thing, I forgot that one. We can also, as part of helping or giving back to the medical student, to request questions they want us to cover when we're there, meeting with them, interacting with them, or some, like, so that they will send it out pre, and it will help us to organize. Do we want to do a video conference before I'm calling it conference, but it's reunion, or just to help us? But we can make use of the virtual world because all these things we're saying, we may need 1 week to do it. But if we can plan some of it virtually before the day, we can be able to cover it. Thank you.
Excellent, Chris. Excellent. Aisha, you sit there?
Hello. Hello, are we there? Are we together? Tricks, are you done talking? I can't hear you any longer.
Yes, I'm.
No, the network is fluctuating. Bidemi, I'm still alive, alert, conscious and alert. Don't worry. Thank you very much for all your contributions. I think what I can gather, or what I think that we have laid so much emphasis on that aspect of the team event, and with a special focus on the students and probably some of the medical and other members of the medical community in the hospital. And like I said, can we put that back into our proposed program, a slot for ILUMSA, which, like you have all suggested, could actually be something that would probably start before the D-Day of the reunion, so that we can have a robust package for them to be able to benefit maximally. Am I with everybody? Hello?
Yes, Aisha, you're with everybody. I think with Zoom, I don't know how you guys do it in Nigeria. If somebody is not interrupting you, that means like everybody is hearing you. and agreeing with you. And usually also somebody should be monitoring the chart, but it looks like we're not using the chart, because at times if you don't want to interrupt people, you put the question or suggestion in the chart. So there should be a designated person monitoring the chart.
Okay. Thank you very much. So do we now proceed? We have agreed to put a program in for ILUMSA, and Wale, I think, temporarily stepped aside. He said he's on call, and we'll be doing the minutes taking for him so that he can put everything together when he joins us.
No, sorry, I'm just
again.
quickly,
Are you back, Wale?
I'm quickly back now before they call me again.
Wale, are you back?
Yeah, I'm back now before they call me again.
It's okay. It's all right.
So
So
it's
far,
just,
we have.
is it
my
the way,
question, sorry.
just to clarify, is it the way forward that the co-chair person will work with me to see all the suggestions to see if we can draft something? Would that be a good way forward? Because it seems everybody is just having so many things to discuss and just extending everything. Or what do we think we can way forward?
Yes,
Actually,
I think that is better.
Yes.
But well, we need to summarize all the suggestions. We need to put them together so that this, other members of the committee too can also agree what we put ahead of this meeting. I think
what I
we
would
have
do is
agreed that. Yes,
sorry?
go ahead. I
So I
think
think
what generally we have suggested is that we should have pre-union activity, because based on what kids have suggested and others, there's really need for us to have a general class meeting that can come ahead of the union meeting. The career clinic also can organize a webinar that can also come ahead. So maybe drafting a program, we have pre-union activity, then we'll have the meeting proper, and the way things are going, I think that 3 days will not be okay. We may have to have maybe a week or thereabouts, other will be on webinar, while the actual program on ground may be 2 or 3 days. So I think we can draft something and share on our platform, so that we save time, can attend to other issues.
okay. So
Well, thank you, Bidemi. I want to suggest, Dr. Wale.
Yes.
I want to please suggest, if we have agreed that the ILUMSA will be our focus group for the career clinic as well as the team event, do I make a suggestion that we can meet with the ILUMSA before now, like we have done with the college, to either highlight some of these things that we intend to reach out to them, or also see if there are other areas of needs that we might also want to cover for them, if that is accepted by the House.
I think you can go ahead, it's good, but particularly the idea of webinar, must let them know that you need to download Zoom, the real platform to link up to that webinar. But that webinar would be a key platform, to organize, we can have different classes, dermatology, all different areas, and they can link up to the group of the. I think it's a good idea. You can please interact with them. They may also have some peculiar issues that is not known to us, which if they pass that to us, we can find a way to address those issues. I think BJ wants to say something though. BJ, your hand is still
up. Yes, just a question. For the student, we seem to emphasize on webinar and web-based. Now, Aisha is on ground. I want to ask, what proportion of students with laptops, or I know almost everybody who has smartphone, but then it may not be too good. But do you use web-based in teaching students in these days? That's to Aisha.
Yes. Well, yes, thank you, BJ. Well, the beauty about it is that COVID has brought a lot of changes. It has the negative side and the positive side. For us, COVID has really pushed the university community now to do most of our lectures virtually. We are just trying to shift over to physical lectures for those clinical students. But the whole university community is on virtual lectures, Zoom, Microsoft Class, Google Scholar, all of that. So the students are quite proficient. We give most of our lectures virtually now, so that won't be a problem at all.
Oh, thank you. That answers my question.
So have we agreed so that we can move?
Sorry, I just stepped out. So what have we agreed on? Sorry, just phone call again.
Including
So
ILUMSA, making arrangements with putting in ILUMSA for us to see if we could do a career clinic with you.
Okay.
Involving in ILUMSA.
Involving
for a career clinic that we can do like webinars, virtual classes with them. And that will be part of the pre-union activities.
Okay. So will it be the same week of that reunion? Just to clarify, is this the same week or will be?
The same week, obviously. Maybe on Monday or Tuesday or thereabouts.
Okay.
So that means we'll have a 1 week program.
A 1 week program is better. Yes, 1 week program is better.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, still want to say something though. Let's allow you to speak.
Thank you, Chairperson. I just wanted to clarify quickly for the students. I remember I was the president of ILUMSA and I was given life membership. So now I'm an ILUMSA. So, but it's very important for us to clarify if there's any activity currently ongoing, maybe some part of alumni or alumnus group, they are doing similar thing with the student so that you don't duplicate, because we want to optimize our contribution to the student. So I will just indulge the co-chairperson, Aisha, probably to ask the student before you tell them what we are going to do for them. If they are doing something similar, then we can shift our focus. That's number one. Then number two, I don't want us to do anything that involve lecture for the student at all, please. Let's do career guidance, because when you start talking about lecture, I can tell you there's some pocket of resistance that will come. We have been there before. I know these things. So Moyo is in a good position to come and tell us about how to navigate your way. BJ, Okwe, Tris, everybody, you can do that. So, and in that process, you can probably give some things. But when you now say you want to give the best approach to the management of COVID-19 or COVID-20, I'm telling you, that's going to frustrate the whole process. So let's just tailor it like that, but we don't want to duplicate anything. Thank you, over.
It's not COVID 2021, no. It's not COVID-19 any longer.
COVID-21.
Mr. Chairman, can I say something? So riding on what GOK has said, I think even for the reunion lecture, I mean, we shouldn't be talking medicine. This is what we've been doing all our life. Let's talk about how to make money.
Yeah, entrepreneurship.
Let's talk about how to buy yacht. Let's go how to go, hiking and stuff like that. Let's leave medicine aside. We've been doing this thing all our life. So
maybe what we'll do, we have a small committee, BJ, Goke, BJ, and maybe Okwe. You consider a scientific committee, subcommittee.
Yeah.
Not scientific. Let's make money. Let's make money.
It doesn't matter. We'll call it scientific now. It's not lecture. Propose to us the topics.
Sorry for interruption. Bidemi, listening to BJ, all this lecture, people are fatigued. It's been 1 year. And because everything is virtual, every time COVID this, COVID that. For me in America, I don't attend any lecture. Or if I have to attend, I'll plug my ear on equity, equality, race, and diversion. I don't. I'm fatigued. Anything on coronavirus, except it's about a new lecture. So let's do something outside the box. So I think we should pay attention to what BJ is saying. I don't know what you want to call those people, but we should do practical life thing. That's what they don't teach you in medical school.
Well, thank you, Trix. The beauty is that even the medical curriculum has changed a little. There's this 4 weeks at the end of 500 level or 600 level now that has been created for what we call entrepreneurship.
No, I agree with you. What we are saying is that it's better to have
Baba ti mo pa mo Ekiti.
2G network.
I'm not sure if he knows why you guys are laughing, so you better explain why you're laughing to him.
He doesn't. We can't even hear him
because he wouldn't know that his network had a problem.
Yes. Hello, Bidemi.
Sorry.
I think he's gone off entirely.
I beg, this is very strong. The concentration is strong. Let's move him, I beg.
Try again. You sound very strong.
Can we go on? Wale, are you there?
Sorry, yeah.
Yes,
I'm here.
please
That's
proceed.
what. Hello, I'm here. So what's the next? Hello.
A point of information, or order. Can we reassess our strategy? Because it looks like we're going on a tangent and this is going to drag on.
Yeah.
We need to concentrate our effort and streamline this meeting, please.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So,
okay, so
next,
yeah, continue.
The next point on the agenda there is to review the meeting that Aisha had with the provost during the week. Well, so I visited the provost of the College of
So can I play, Aisha, before you go, can I play the video so that you can give me a summary of that video you sent to me?
Yes, please. Yes, please. Yes.
So let me play the video.
The video will drag. It's 10:30.
It's a quick video, so Aisha will just...
PJ, you can't sleep now.
My movie.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Okay, that's basketball.
What I mean, 900 and something thousand.
Yes.
So don't ever call Ilé over here. And go basketball. I'm sure you want to take the picture.
Yes.
Sorry, Aisha, can you talk?
I was with the
like I was with the new side that really needs to be developed.
Of the college.
Lexi, you need to mute her.
I need to mute my what?
No, Wale.
Yes.
Can you mute?
All right.
Discourse point, short put, we were one day.
Okay.
Now, the spectator point, so
yes. Okay.
Volleyball, basketball, but today is just to raise pillar.
Okay.
About the pool.
Yes, sir.
Our roof, strong roof.
Okay.
There are cement is ilele.
Okay.
With that, I think we can start building on it later.
Okay.
After possible for the football one. Baba, I think the last time the Elani can be spectators. I want to know I could be more like, but one day I'm better.
So that I can face.
Yeah, so that I can face. If I'm there, it can be.
Okay, the two times for this, one there, one here. Okay. Okay, sir.
So the long stretch.
Okay, sir. Okay.
So those are the things we have.
All right.
Anyone see about him better?
Okay, sir.
We really appreciate.
All right, sir. Thank you so much.
Okay,
sir.
What are we looking at?
Well, this is the laboratory complex of the new college that was built by the university, but has not been equipped, especially with monitors and other infrastructure. This is the biochemistry laboratory. This was equipped with old monitors from the college site. But even though those monitors are not yet complete, they cannot drag to that table. This is a physiology lab. This is a museum, apparently empty, no mannequins.
Hold on.
For preserving the bodies.
Yeah, do you want to say anything?
Wale, you need to mute yourself.
The video will stop. Oh.
It won't stop. Just mute yourself. Thank you.
So I think Wale, you can play it and have Aisha run commentary.
Okay.
Can we go? This is the gross anatomy lab. That is the tank where cadavers are stored, and that's the only cadaver presently in the lab there. I think that video is over. That's all.
Wait, what? Just one cadaver for how many students?
Well, that is part of why I decided to take that picture,
Interesting.
for you to see how poor the status of infrastructures and facilities at that place for training. I visited.
Cadaver is one of the few things we can't donate.
Can I go on? My visit to the provost, he actually was quite elated and happy, because before now he has made attempts to reach out to outsiders and well-meaning individuals to support the college development. Like we all know, the college has moved from being a faculty, is now a full-blown college with expansion of courses outside medicine and surgery. We have other courses there. So we have been allocated a land that lies in the middle of, midway between the university and the teaching hospital. So what the university has done so far is to put in structures for the college. Initially, that lack of equipping the structures delayed the movement to that new site. But this new provost, because of his energy, has made movement possible and has made attempts to see how to equip the place from various sources. Because the university, like he said, is not supported because there's poor funding from the Educational Third Fund of the federal government. There are so many bureaucracies about that, which I won't want to discuss here. So he took me through the areas of needs. Like you could see, we visited the sports area, the sporting area, the proposed sporting area that students will be able to cool off and interact socially after serious classes or after being dazed in exams. So far, so good. They have only been able to do the table tennis court. The other courts for football, badminton, the viewing area are still outstanding. He gave me an insight to those estimates, a rough estimate of what has been done for people that have been trying to help fix those places. Shortly after that, we moved straight to the laboratory, which he also thinks is another area of focus. The hands-on for most of our students has really been poor in the past few years for training, because of most of these facilities are either not available or they have been weared off. So we went into the laboratory. Fortunately for us, we have a beautiful complex now that houses all the laboratories in a structure. Not like those days when we have to travel from north to for biochemistry, and then to east for physiology, and then to the west for anatomy. Now, all of that are located in a particular structure. So unfortunately, that structure is yet to be equipped by the university. So what the college has done, the provost has done, is to move the old equipment from the old college to that place so that that place can be put to use. However, there's still a lot of lacunae in availability of some of these things for even students to use. One of the rooms that we entered there is the histology lab. There's no any furniture in that lab at all and at all. The other room was where the students were trying to perform a practical session, was a biochemistry laboratory. They attempted to move the tables, but the tables don't have cupboard. The only one that we entered that was really fully equipped was the one for physiology. That was one that had the blue cupboard, just to showcase the type of furniture need that will be required. Then the gross anatomy lab, like we can all see, has not been able to get they've not been able to bring as many cadavers as they should. One, the tank that they used to preserve those cadavers, they've only been able to build just one, which was also locally done by the college itself. So that one virtually takes just 1 or 2 or 3 cadavers. And like you saw in that video, presently we have just 1 cadaver left in the whole cadaver room. And that doesn't mean that we don't have corpses in the mortuary. But to preserve, they were even complaining that even chemicals, for them to get chemicals, the protocols to get chemicals to preserve those bodies will not allow them to get so many bodies into the lab. The museum was another pathetic site. The museum where we usually get bones to study, where you get your humerus, your femur to study, is almost empty. It's almost a shadow of itself. So my own thinking was, even if it might even go beyond just reunion donation, we could also reach out to well-being individuals. Some of us have access to some of these things where we are, mannequins and all of that, teaching aid for medical school that could boost the facilities on ground for our alma mater, and presently the student that will be there will be able to get the best based on what is happening in the world now, because like those facilities we could see still depicts what we were trained with, and we know that the world has gone far beyond this in terms of teaching instructional materials and all of that. Thank you very much. These were my submissions. Wale, are you there?
Okay. Aisha, good job. You did a very detailed job. And I just want to say the last part of what you said is very it's very informational, because I guess when this go to the big body, that means our whole class. Some of us in the US, you might not know, but if you ask your hospital or if you're in academics, your medical school or so, whatever, if they have things they would discard. It's just that the logistics of getting it to Nigeria is another thing, because you're right, some of this can be also gotten from institution, because here they are more into sim lab, using, mannequins that has been programmed to do that more than any other thing. But I never thought of it that, you can seek out things and see if there's something you can donate back to your medical school, because most time they are not getting rid of it because it's broken or it's age. It's just a cycle thing. After a certain period, they have to change the computers. After a certain period, they have to change this. Okay, thank you.
You have your hands on. Can you unmute yourself?
I think Moyo was before me.
Okay, I didn't see that. Okay.
Yeah, my own question for Aisha is, you said it gave you an idea of, the amount of money or something like that needed to fix some of those things. Can you share exactly about, give us just an idea about that, how much are we looking at, and things like that?
Well, I have a list that I'm going to share to the blog so that I can study. Okay. Like each of them, it's a long list, but the histology lab that he was so passionate about that didn't have anything, I think the estimate there is close to like 4 million or so. Mm-hmm. But he said those things are just like a guide for us, and then we could be able to walk around it. He's not interested. If we're interested, we'll go all out to do it ourselves. Others are in the ranges of 800, 900,000, a million plus. It's a long list. I'm going to share it on the blog.
Okay. Thank you.
Nii, can we go?
Yeah, thank you for recognizing me. I mean, it's a bit disheartening to hear that our medical school is almost in a poorer state than when we left it almost 20 years ago. And I find that quite emotive, really. If sorry, the echo is bad. People who work in academics and can get this, my suggestion would be to have it shipped directly to the university, because Nigeria is a funny place. You don't want to be carrying anatomy models around. You could be lynched before people realize that they're actually anatomy models. But yeah, I'm more interested in equipment that will help academic development rather than building. It's important, physical activity is important too, but with that poor state of anatomy and physiology labs, I'm quite worried about the quality of training out in there. And now I'll be more interested in supporting anything that improves the class. Thank you. That's it.
Thank you. Dr. Adefolalu, you have the ground. Can you unmute yourself?
Thank you, Chairperson. The echo continues. I'm not sure. Is it only that echo? Somebody is using the mic. Anyway, I was going to ask Aisha, Professor Adedoyin himself, he graduated from Unilorin.
Yes.
He used to be called Oyani. I know a lot of them based on some academics. So, is there any other your own students association that is doing anything for this medical school apart from we that we want to start doing the anniversary? Things have gone, from bad to worse. I just want to know if because we can't do everything alone. Is there any other all student association that is to assist? Thanks. Over.
Yeah, thank you very much. Actually, there have been several sets that have come into the college to assist. Like now, like our lecture rooms where we give lectures, the LR was painted and redesigned by a particular set. There's another play area in the clinical area that was the badminton, sporting activity areas was also donated by, I think, the first set, which Professor Adedoyin is also a member of the first. I think he was one of the first set of Ilumsa. So, and he is also using this opportunity to encourage other sets to come on board, because it's like our educational system, the funding in Nigeria, it's getting poorer and poorer by the day. And so this is a call to other sets. And he told me categorically that whatever I'll be doing would have our name, so that this can also encourage other sets to come and also donate. So it's like whatever we can do would also stimulate others, and others are hopefully going to come on board to rescue our medical school. Thank you. Dr. Adefolalu, you still have your hands up.
Sorry, it was historical.
All right, thank you. So, BJ, can you unmute yourself?
Thank you for recognizing me. But why would you say, I think there's some form of discrimination here. You're calling someone Dr. Adefolalu and you're calling someone BJ. That's by the way. So
I'm sorry.
So I think I want to align with Nii again, not for anything, for the fact that it's fact. For you to go and do recreational activity, I think there should be something upstairs for you to want to step down the stress. I mean, the lab, all I saw now was quite disheartening. We thought it was bad when we were there. I mean, Bidemi used to be at the dissection master, having like 20 on one cadaver. You cannot imagine one cadaver. I mean, it is in a poor state, very, very poor. And you'll be surprised, some of these guys will be those that will treat some of us in our old age, you know? So whatever we want to do, I think we should focus on the educational activity, improving it within our own means, limits. So before we do that, we have a list. I think we should set budget or target. We want to spend X amount for the project. Then if we know we are spending 20 million, for example, for the project, then we know which of these we can ask, okay, this one we should be able to do this comfortably. Then we'll go all out for it. So I think with this, it's good we have this background information. The next thing is that let's run down to the agenda. I think I saw something like budget there. Let's start thinking, how much do you want to set out? I mean, let's just set a target for ourselves. Then the next thing is to start thinking, how do we want to get this money? Because I mean, what I saw now is quite disheartening. You can keep one from sleeping, honestly. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Any other person there?
Yes, I quite agree with BJ. I almost start weeping, when I saw the picture. I don't notice I've been tolerated to that extent. And honestly speaking, we need to act fast, And it's, thank God we'll be thinking in that direction. Obviously, it's the academic content that is most important. The sporting activity, I think we can keep that in the cooler for now. And just like BJ have said, it's good that we have that list. We must appreciate Aisha for our efforts. It will be nice for us to look at other areas of need so that we have a comprehensive budget. And we now know which aspect, because if we look at that list, there are of various sizes, and in particular, you say various sizes and shape, So we need to have an holistic budget, like the feeding, the accommodation, maybe we just tell that list apart now. Let's consider other, potential needs that we have, like the feeding, all those one we can wrap up. Then we can now project, and know which aspect, that we can handle. Those are my comments.
Thank you very much. Well, with that submission, do we now proceed to the other aspect of the agenda and then come back to this? Or how do we go about that? Because for this, we have seen it, but we have not agreed. We have all agreed in any way that we'll be focusing on the academic aspect. But which one of the academic aspects we have not agreed upon that? That will depend on our budget, like someone has said. And then when we share that list, we'll be able to go through it, and then we can be able to set our budget straight. So we'll still come back to that aspect. Promotion of reunion, Dr. Wale.
I think once they start sharing this thing, it messes everything up.
What was that? Sorry, Trix, I didn't get you.
I said once Wale starts sharing the screen, that's when the audio gets mixed up. But when he's not sharing. So, and I wanted to quickly say something. That list is long, and I don't know if it's okay with the committee. Maybe like, Aisha, you, Wale, and one other person can look at it. Bidemi and one other person can look at it and say, okay, present us with maybe possible 5 that we can look and, start thinking of what should be our budget range. I don't know if, I guess at some point we have to take it to the class to decide. It's very important that we start working on that, because my suspicion is like there will be a baseline amount of contribution we make, but you can go above it so that it will give people ample time to start contributing if you decide to split it monthly so that we'll get more money. But so if we lump it together and leave it closer, things come up. If you have personal need, you're not going to be contributing to class reunion. So I don't know what the group think or the committee think. Thank you.
Do we have any addition to that submission, or we are good to go with that submission? We count down the list to five, and then we'll now talk about how to go about contribution.
Yeah, I agree with that. Sorry, I cannot raise my hand, so I agree with that.
All right. Dr. Defolalu is always still raising his hand. Unmute.
Chairperson, I crave for indulgence to call me GOK. So, okay. Now, I was going to say, Bidemi said something the other time about subcommittee. I don't know how we're going to approach it, but now that we have agreed that we need to maybe take about 3 or 4 of us to form a subcommittee that will look at our budgets or what we want to do, then I think it's appropriate for us to look at maybe three aspects. Budget committee, then the scientific committee that Bidemi was talking about can deal with our other engagements, and probably we can look at one other subcommittee so that we focus our energy. The 12 of us cannot come every 2 weeks. We don't have the luxury of time. But if it's 3 or 4 people, we can just focus on something and then look at the item. It's a long list. You can never satisfy them, but we can focus on 2 or 3 and then plan how we're going to contribute. Then the activity that we want to do in terms of meet and greet the students, career counseling and stuff, then we have people who can attend to that too. So when we come back in our next meeting in 2 or 3 weeks of 1 month time, we can now report on that. Then we're going to make much progress. Thank you. Over.
Thank you, GOK. Wale, are you there?
Yeah, I'm there. So I think I agree with GOK. So can we try and nominate people? We need
yes,
people.
We have three subcommittees: scientific, budget. What's the third one? The project committee. Activity or project.
Project community, scientific community, and the whole activity community.
No, maybe we should just make it scientific, project, and socials. Because we'll do dinner.
Okay.
Scientific, project, and social committee,
Okay.
So the social will handle the security, the dinner, all those stuff, accommodation. The project, what our intervention in the college, then the scientific, the career stuff. I think that would be okay.
Okay, I didn't raise my hand, sorry. Instead of calling this scientific, can we call it professional?
Professional, good, professional. Yes. That's okay. That's okay.
So just to clarify, is the professional committee will be in charge of the whole program too, because we need to look at the program again, rather than the 3 days, the whole reunion program, including the pre-union. Would that come under the professional committee?
No, that's okay. That's okay.
Okay.
Come under the professional one.
Yes.
So please make nominations so that we can be fast about this.
Yes, so can we make nomination, please?
We suggested the GOK. Who else there? Bidemi.
For where? For which one is GOK?
GOK for professional committee and Moyo, sorry.
And Tricks, so let Tricks be there. We get sensitive. Tricks will be there too.
And Tricks.
No. The professional committee, Aisha should be there because she's on
ground.
No,
let her be project. Project is better for her. She's one going around all those.
I think you guys are confusing me because the way you name these things is just semantics now. Apology for that. Scientific committee, we're not going to give lecture. We've agreed. Nobody is going to lecture anatomy, be a 204. But let's give it name so that when we present to the class, they will understand what we are saying. When we say professionalism, and when I teach my students, it means something entirely. So let's give it the proper name. We have agreed on some things now. Let's give, because I don't even know where the budget comes in now. So let's give it the name that we can present to our group and they will understand. We are not going to do a lecture.
Sorry. I didn't raise my hand. So maybe it's just a different thing because here professional or professionalism encompasses both scholar activity and every other thing. The whole thing that makes you, a physician. But we can also call it scholar activity. When we call it scientific, we make it look like we're presenting papers, research.
So what are we agreeing on?
So if you don't like the professionalism or professional aspect of it, you can try scholar activity, but calling it scientific means like it's research, review, and all that. I may be wrong.
Scholar is not going to work. Scholar is the one that is research based.
Scholar activity is also research and stuff. So that I think professionalism involves everything. That's all. Another person can come up with another name.
Can we just slash the names, scientific/professional committee?
So before we even go to the name, what have we agreed on what is included in that?
Yes.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah.
And what was that? That we'll be doing, talking about hobbies or what?
No, career clinic. Career clinic.
So because Moyon suggested the career thing about going to your different units and all that, but somebody also suggested we stay away from anything medical and just stay with like all those entrepreneurship and whatever, making business. And I think GOK also made some recommendations. So those are two different things.
So no. The thing is, like, I think it's the same thing they are talking about, because there is business. I think maybe we also call it business of medicine or business. So besides, even as a physician, there are other things you can do medically to make money, healthcare. And there are other things you can do outside the healthcare system. So it's going to be more like everyday
entrepreneurship.
Entrepreneurship, it's okay. But what I think GOK is trying to say is that we should not go there and start giving lecture about COVID-19, the way forward.
It's okay. So what are we agreeing on now? GOK has gone to sleep.
I don't see why we can't.
Sorry, I'm not sleeping. I think Trish has said it. Oh, sorry. You continue.
I don't see why we can't call it a career committee, because that is what it looks at. It's going to look at all that makes you a doctor, not just medicine, but all you can be as a doctor. And like you said, we're not looking at lectures or we're looking at real life experiences of people who have graduated, who have passed through, mentoring the younger ones in as few words as possible. Because
can I quickly interject? Sorry, Nia, I don't mean to cut you short, but I think we started this by trying to decide on the title. Let's just agree on a title, and then that committee can further define, can present what they want us to, what they want that to include. So let's, maybe for just for the sake of time, let's call it career, whatever you call it.
The title career committee is
exactly, and then that committee can work on what they want that to include.
Or you can also call it mentorship group. So anything, we just put something there and move on.
So I just want to quick question. Because we need to review all the whole program again. So which community will be in charge of that? Will it be what comes under the career? Because I need to define each role of each committee when I do my minutes.
Is the secretary's committee?
All of us will decide now. We decide on the program.
Yeah, the reason I am asking that question is because I sent my proposed program of events a few weeks ago, and I expect people to feedback because I calculate everything. Because I feel if it's limited to a few people to look into it, and it could be agreed on the corner of the community, the more we have, it takes time. Because all these program that we're discussing now, we should have discussed it off this meeting and just focus on what we've agreed. So that's my own view. So the program should be set up by another committee to look into it properly and feedback to the house.
Yeah, you need a logistic team.
Yes, kind of, it could be a logistic committee, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah. And they should look into the program and everything.
And then budget can be captured under logistics too.
Okay, budget should be captured under logistics. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so we need to start nominating for. So we have 4 different committees now: the career, the project.
If budget will inclusive, you slash it to logistics to finance committee. So that
logistics to finance, that's what I'm saying.
Stroke finance committee.
So career, project, logistics, and social. So we need to nominate for those communities and also define their tasks so they know what they need to do. So,
Wale, please, can you go over those 4 projects again, 4 committees again?
so we said the career committee,
Okay.
the project committee, the Lagbo social committee,
Okay.
and the finance/logistic committee.
Can I make a suggestion?
Yeah.
Can the chairpersons just allocate tasks, and if anybody has any reason they can't work with that group, then they can, swap them around or something, rather than wasting time.
Yeah. So the chairperson should, 2 things I think we should have for the chairperson is the task of the community and the suggested members. So I can note it down and I can send it out. Yeah.
I think we should do that as soon.
Yes. It's that time.
Yeah.
Okay. Should we start with the career committee?
Yes, we should start with that.
So names?
Names, we would have
GOK. GOK should be there.
GOK 1.
I suggest GOK. Yeah.
Moyo, sorry.
Moyo 2.
Yeah. And BJ.
BJ 3.
Yeah,
okay.
So we have 3 per committee.
Okay. Project committee.
GOK should share that subcommittee. We should have some to share it so that to coordinate them.
Okay. Okay, should share that committee. Okay.
Any objection from GOK, Moyo, or BJ? No. Okay. Project.
No. Project committee.
Of course, Aisha should share that
Aisha.
committee. Yeah. Very
Okay.
Bidemi would be on board on that committee too.
No, 2
I
chairpersons
can't be project too.
2 chairpersons cannot be
project.
in the same project committee.
Niyi should be there. Niyi by there. Niyi, Navoski.
So Nevoski 2 and number 3.
Tricks, let Tricks be there. Okpa is very good at logistics.
Logistics,
I think
social.
Sorry, I think finance, logistics should be taken out of finance. There are 2 major, 2 of them has a lot to give or to do. We can pull logistic and social together.
Together, Abi, okay.
So logistic and social together and
So
finance separate.
Okpa should be there actually.
In
So
which one?
Logistics, social.
Social.
So we'll not have finance as budget committee, I mean.
Yeah. So Okpa for social committee. But my main concern with the social committee is we possibly, Aisha, I don't know, maybe we can co-adopt you if we need it, because social committee we say is the planning and most of this activity is keeping it learning.
Sorry, Wale, don't mean to cut you short. I think for the fact that you're in a committee does not mean you can't be, your expertise or your capability cannot be sorted from other committees.
Great.
You know?
Yeah. Just answer my question. So with project, we said Aisha, Niyi, and Tris, Abi.
Yes.
Please don't forget Abdul Gafar.
Abdul Gafar is a budget.
It's budget and planning. Budget and finance, as the case may be. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay, for the social and logistics, so Okpa, I'll put my name on this committee.
I can still work there because it's a local content.
Yes, we can still work with the Aisha. Okay.
Yeah.
Then for the finance and committee, Gafar. Maybe I should put Bode there. Bode Agbasale.
Okay.
And Akin.
Exactly. Where is Akin?
Akin cannot make this meeting today.
No, so I mean in the groups, the committee.
So Akin should come. Up anywhere.
Eh?
I mean budget. So you said you be with a project. I mean project.
Project? No.
No.
You're not in project.
Which committee?
Bidemi could be in the social and logistics.
Logistic.
Okay.
Babameto.
Okay, just to clarify what I have on ground, what I've written, just career committee, GOK is the chairman, is the chairperson, the elder statesman, Moyo and BJ in the career committee. In the project committee, Aisha is the chairperson, Niyi Nevoski, and my dear Tris. In the social and logistics, Okpe, myself, and Bidemi, but Aisha too can also help us from time to time. And from the finance and budget will be Gafar, Odia Gbasale, and Aki. Is that okay? And just to clarify, the role of the career committee is just to come up with any career advice and any other interactions with the Ilomsa students. The project
also
committee,
the team for the union should have a team for the union.
So the team for the union, they should come up, okay?
Yes.
The project committee is to look into the project. We think we will agree, something project. They meant to list about 3 to 5 that we can look into. Okay? The social committee will look into the whole reunion program and also look into the organizing part of it in terms of the dinner, the venues and everything to that. And the finance and / budget just more looking to the finance, raising the money and the budgeting and everything. Is that okay?
Wale, it's not just finance, is not just that's the brain box.
It's just everybody work is a lot of work now.
Oh, can I just say something? I noticed that all the people included in the finance and budget, there are those that are not present right now. So I just hope we have a plan in place on how to get them updated on things and to know what their role is and what they need to do.
Yeah, so my plan is I'll give them a call during the week. I'll sort it out during the week. People that are not in the meeting.
I think Wale, sorry, you can make better use of your time. You can share the recording of this meeting with them. I mean, you can't be.
People doesn't have time to. We've been on this meeting for almost 2 hours. People don't have time to view this meeting. I can't. So that's why, just to give them a summary.
No, it's fine. If you have the bandwidth, that's fine.
Yeah, I'll try and create a time. It shouldn't take me 10 minutes to speak to. I can call you at any time and I say, BJ, I want to talk to you for 10 minutes now. So that I can give me the connection to give vice. Yeah. Okay.
Sorry, the budget committee has just 2 people.
We said Gafar,
the budget
but
committee has just 2 people.
No, it's 3.
And
Gafar, but Gbasale and Aki.
Okay.
Can I speak?
Yes, please.
I think the budget committee should involve one of the co-chair because that committee is going to be tasked with a lot of things, especially determining the amount we're going to contribute and the kind of project we're going to do. I don't see the reason why we shouldn't, even the co-chair can belong to more than one subcommittee. Over.
Okay, I have something to say. Sorry, I didn't raise my hand. Okay, that's important, but there's no need of duplicating this. The essence of having a committee, subcommittee, is to divide work. It doesn't mean that they can't, reference you if they think there's something they need. Gafal does a lot of economics, planning, and budget. I think he can do this. So if he needs help, part of being in a group and leading a group is you don't have to know everything and do everything. You have to seek out help, because division of labor is to accelerate work. But when you start duplicating or multiplying somebody's involvement, then there is no need. If that's the case, you just leave it for the chair and co-chairperson to do. So that's what I think.
Oh, yeah, wake up.
It can't be sleeping. It's in the afternoon now. I should be sleeping. I think I concur what Chris said. Sorry, I apologize for not raising my hand. Can we start? Sorry, can we start winding down? We spent over 2 hours here, please.
Exactly.
BJ, you're feeling sleepy already.
Sorry, I had my hands up and it has been removed by somebody, but That's being said.
Hey, 419.
We need to round it up because this
Yeah.
was supposed to be a long meeting, and subsequent meeting maybe we should cap it at an hour or something. Yeah, I was going to say something else, but all this distraction. I forgot it.
Okay, I think chairperson continue.
Well, thank you all for your contributions. I think let's see what we have left so that we can round up this session.
Sorry, looking at the
The other aspect yes.
Sorry, hello?
We've actually hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, yeah.
The other aspect of the agenda left would actually be the activities of the sub-unions and subcommittees. So that will be the reunion event, planning venue, budgeting, promotions. All will be captured, should be captured by the subcommittees. Do we still need to go through all of that this evening?
No, the only thing we need to go through is just the promotion.
I don't think so.
The promotion, okay.
Yes.
Maybe we want to say something about it, Wale.
So the promotion I'm saying is I'm happy to do a video that we can share on the class. But I want people to just send me a short video, like 1 minute, 2 seconds, to say, oh, hope to see you in the union. Just say anything. Then I can make it into a video. Because, I've been, from time to time, I've been sending the flyer on the platform to just remind people. And I think it's generating some interest. But I think if we have many people doing a short video, people will see people's face, and that will also encourage them to be part of it. So if you can just send me a short video, please, then I can make it into a video. That's the only thing I need to say.
Yeah, sorry, I remember what I was going to say now. And it's nothing big. I just wanted to say that I know we are planning a monumental project, but I just want to indulge everybody that we try as much as possible to make it as simple and straightforward as possible. And let's not complicate things, because that's where we run into difficulty. If we make it as simple as possible, it's a reunion. It's not, we're not running a presidential election. Let's make it as simple as possible and deliver what we can and not overstretch ourselves. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Niyi. Wale, thank you for your submission on the aspect of promotion. Can I make a suggestion that as members of this committee, can we make it a mandate for all of us to submit, as a starter, for all of us to submit a 2 or 3 minute video to Wale so that we can use it to kickstart the promotion of this reunion? Is it accepted by the House?
Yes, but 2 or 3 minutes.
2 or 3 minutes is too long. I think we should lead from the front. Yeah, I concur that 30 to 60 seconds.
30 to 60 seconds.
I've already sent a 3-second video.
Can I make a suggestion that we encourage people to do that? You shouldn't mandate anybody to submit a video. You can encourage them, but don't mandate anybody.
It's okay.
I
think we should set the pace. That is just
exactly.
The
so we can encourage each other. But by the time you start to use strong words like mandate, like you are taking away people's freedom to choose.
The truth of fire is that when you
American
hey, Americana, I leave that thought.
My dear tricks.
Yeah. I'm saying you should leave all this American and not American.
My dear tricks.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm hearing you.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes. No, maybe it's the Nigerian spirit. By the time you encourage, you are giving people free hands, and you'll not get anyone to. Wale actually encouraged us in the last meeting, and none of us responded. So that was, we would encourage ourselves.
You
for-
can add strongly encouraged.
Yeah, okay, it's
So,
okay.
Leave that
Aisha,
talk.
what I'm trying to tell you is that you should forgive Okwe. That's how Canadians and Americans are. They always argue about something. Just leave them.
I understand. I honestly understand. I understand. Thank you. Also, we'll be able to encourage ourselves so that we can set the pace for this to start, please. Thank you, everybody. In absence of any, do we have any other business for today so that we can put this meeting to a close?
Yes, the subcommittee, we must mandate each committee to meet ahead of our next general meeting. So at least they can have resolution. Okay. By the time we are meeting at the next general meeting, we must conclude things, So it's important that between our next general meeting, that they schedule their meeting independently and they have their resolution so that at the general meeting, we can now look at the various recommendations and we can now conclude. I think that is very important.
They said encourage us, don't mandate us.
Do we put a timeline to the activities of the subcommittees? And that will also determine the next meeting for the general meeting.
It seems like you want to say something, ma.
You okay? You unmute yourself. You're on board.
Okay, thanks for the opportunity. I was going to ask, is it possible, let me use the word of Okoyemi, to encourage that we discuss on the WhatsApp group, this reunion committee, because I'm just trying to see what Tris said earlier on that, okay, we have subcommittee, you might need to tap into the expertise of somebody else who is not in the committee. Is it possible for us to just engage on, we're just 12. So let's engage on that WhatsApp group, discuss, suggest something so that when we come for the next meeting, we'll be able to have, a robust discussion. Because I see that some people are not active on that. They read the messages, but, they are not just active. Over.
My hand is up. Can I talk?
PJ, you have the.
Yeah, I think even if we discuss it, responding to you, okay, now, even if we discuss it on the reunion platform, it's not likely to change. The essence of this subcommittee is the committee has been narrowed now to few people, and you can easily task yourself. And you can meet whichever way you want to meet. The subcommittee should be given autonomy. Let them meet how they want to. What is important is for them to come up with resolution when the committee of whole is meeting. But for each subcommittee to be discussing on the WhatsApp group, I'm not sure we'll make a good headway. Like the way it is now, for example, the career committee, you can pick you can say, okay, hey, Bolaji, this, can we meet in 2 days time? Moyo is available for in 2 days time. Then we can agree and discuss. And believe me, it will be shorter than this. And by the time we are coming with our resolution, we move fast. It's not like that's when everybody will bring in different idea. The idea will have been concretized then. Over.
Yeah, just to add to what BJ is saying, you can, 3 people, you can have a WhatsApp conversation, video, audio conversation on WhatsApp.
Okay. It's all right. So, in absence of any other meeting, any other business, can we decide on the next date for our next meeting, general meeting? 1 month's time from today.
So 1 month, because we already have subcommittees.
1 month is okay.
4 weeks is appropriate. But then just to add to what Bolaji said, I wasn't suggesting that you discuss your subcommittee on the WhatsApp group, but there are some information that you want to share and pass across, and you just want to seek, a consensus. You don't need to call a meeting for that. That's what I'm saying. You're still going to discuss among, 3 people, which is appropriate. But I second 4 weeks. Over.
Thank you. Any other suggestions so that we can adopt 4 weeks from today?
So that will be the 3rd of April.
Mr. Secretary, that will be When?
3rd of April.
When will 3rd of April, same time?
3rd of April is not New Year. Is that with Easter period? Does anybody have any objection during Easter period? Easter Friday is the 2nd of April.
So COVID Easter, everybody's at home.
Okay. In Nigeria, they are not at home.
So
And I have a wedding on that day, sir.
EJ, be careful with weddings.
If they arrest you.
We are the one arresting them. They can't arrest me.
Should we say 3rd of
So
April
3rd
or,
of April, we have accepted.
or 27 if
3rd of
BJ is
April,
not
yes.
available?
Like
No, 3rd of April is okay. BJ will come.
3rd is fine.
3rd of April at the same time.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I will send the minutes, and yeah, fine. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I move a motion. We finish this meeting.
Can we move a motion to close up this meeting?
It has been moved, Madam
Who is
Chairman.
seconding?
I'm seconding.
All right, thank you so much.
All right.
Before we do,
Thank you,
closing prayers.
guys.
Let's do closing prayer. BJ, don't go off. Oh, you're sorry. Can you lead us?
Okay.
Hello, we pray
yes.
in Nigeria, please.
Okay.
Oh, you're sorry.
All right. We thank Almighty. Hello. Yes. We thank Almighty for bringing us together for this meeting. We thank God for at least what we've been able to achieve. And we pray that the remaining part of our task moving forward, Almighty God will make it easy for us. Amen.
Amen. Thank you so much.
Amen.
Everybody.
Amen.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
See you soon.
Okay, good night, everyone.
Bye, everybody. One day, bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Why is Agbasale? He disappeared.
He's on call. He said earlier before that.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, he's going to be just come, show face and leave.
Oh, okay. That's fine. Oh, Wale, I didn't see that committee list, though. I beg.
I send the minutes to my sending.
Oh, okay, okay.
When I do the minutes, I will send it in part of the minute.
Okay, and then the summary of the meeting. How do you intend to share with the whole group? The last time the video was too long. I'm sure people were not able to.
That's why I'm trying to explain that. I'm sorry. Let me.